I was top five in the world junior, and I was trying to decide what the next step was. My coaches basically made it clear that I needed to go to college. My game was not ready to go pro immediately at 18 years old, and to be honest, I was struggling a lot my senior year of high school. I made some technical changes in my game, and I was really in a bad place, to be honest. And so I committed to UVA in October of 2010, and you know, yeah, I was really, really struggling, honestly, through about April of that year, and then kind of hit a stride and had probably eight of the greatest months of my career. So I came into college and I just, won around at US Open qualifying and had finaled the national championships at Kalamazoo. And so I had some really good results, had raised my ranking, I think at that time to about 625 in the world, which is pretty good for, somebody who was, 18 years old. And so I came in and I actually ended up winning. There's two major tournaments in the fall, the All-Americans and the indoors, and I won both of them. So I became the only freshman or I think I still am the only freshman to ever do that. And obviously it was extremely unexpected even for myself because, I was playing well, but I knew that the college level was a very high level. And so coming in, kind of having that happen was great, but it was also very challenging. I really did not do a great job handling the pressure. In the spring, I had a really, really tough spring. Even though I had success as far as results wise, the process was not great. And I'm somebody who, when things aren't going well, I train more. So, I was barely sleeping. I was overtraining. I was training, 9 hours a day because I didn't feel things were, going right kind of. So then actually, I ended up making the quarters of NCAAs in the individuals, and we lost in the finals as a team. And then that summer I was playing tournaments and whatnot. And then in July, I was standing up off a mat and I tore my meniscus in my left knee, just in a freak accident, like literally just standing up off the ground. And that was, in my opinion, in some ways a great thing that happened to me because I was out for 6 months and, I could kind of get away from the pressure of feeling that I had to win. I literally felt like that I could not lose, not in the sense of like confidence, but in the sense of pressure, right? If I lost, the world was coming to an end. And, that's a very, very tough thing. So that gave me an immediate respect for anybody who's super successful in any field, the pressure that they're going to feel. And then it also gave me a sense of what it feels like when you're very result driven and not process driven. Because even though I was having success in juniors and in these different realms, I was always able to kind of find this idea of like, it's all about getting better. And I was always able to find that. And so every day was productive for me versus I felt like when I had all the success, I couldn't make a day productive because everything was a test of, am I good enough? And I think that's where I actually lost confidence in a sense. I wasn't sure if I like deserved, the success I had. Basically, I was almost scared of being kind of the hunted as opposed to the hunter, and so that was so that was a very tough time, kind of speed up a little bit, but just so I came back off my meniscus surgery and was a part of UVA's first title in 2013. Ended up clinching our indoor championship in February, and then ended up clinching the NCAAs in 2013, which was a crazy match in which I saved a championship point to come back and win. And to be honest, though, I was never really able to, even through those moments, to get back on track as far as mentality wise. I just really struggled with it. Felt pressure from a lot internally, and then felt like I always, had to be winning. That's what I thought. I thought that if I'm not winning in college, like how can I even think about being a pro? And I think that's where my mindset was incorrect or faulty, I guess would be the term. So I ended up, winning winning another NCAA my senior year, clinched that match as well. So, again, on the, I would say is like on the outside, people would say like, yeah, it was a super successful career, which it was, I'm super grateful for the experiences I had, but at the same time, internally, I don't know if I would say I was necessarily like had an overwhelming sense of pride of those accomplishments, because I just didn't feel like that the process matched the results. So yeah, college was a super tough time, and a lot of people would say like, wow, like, just amazing career, this or that. But I think that's where I really became aware of what process versus results are. Because I think I only knew the process. So so now I think what's helps me is I've been on both sides of the equation, and I know what it feels like to be, the underdog, to be the, kind of the favorite, to go through those tough moments. And, a lot of people, they say, handling failure is tough, but handling success is also tough. It's not easy. What's expected of you. I'm sure, other athletes or, businessmen or successful leaders all go through that at some point where it's like, wow, like a lot of people are relying on me. A lot of people are expecting things of me, and that just ups the pressure, which is not easy. So.